Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new story. The name of the story is What If Naruto Gained the Abilities of the Kaijus. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now before continuing this, yeah, I know I didn't upload it anything for the last 2 days. It's because I got food poisoning again. I'm sorry, I'm quite embarrassed to say that. Anyways, I will be regular on both channels from tomorrow onward. So yeah, suggest your ideas in the comment section again. And yeah, moving onwards, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to both of my channels on Meta What If and on Apollo Uchiha as well. Until then, enjoy today's story, and without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato, 13 years after the Kyuubi attack. It was a night time in the village, and it was raining heavily as well. The shops were closed, the civilians were indoors, and the shinobis were resting in the bars. It was quite an ominous night and atmosphere going on in the village, looking barren and all that. But now we go towards the center heart of the village, where we see the Hokage office was situated. Inside the Hokage office, Hiruzen Sarutobi, with a sorrowful expression and a sake bottle next to him, was resting, as both of his hands were resting on the palm of his head, as he was stressed out completely. And he also had tears in his eyes, as he could vividly remember what has gone a few hours ago. While he was away on the Kage summit for the past month, he has just returned and found out that the villagers not only tortured Naruto after breaking into his apartment, but also have killed him. And there has been a celebration going on, and once he returned, he interrogated all of them, but all of them were smirking, and the council backed them up as well and freed them, paying no consequences at all. And right now we see Hiruzen Sarutobi with a heavy heart sitting in his office. I have to find him, or his body. As he looked towards his successor, who has perished 13 years ago in the attack, in the image that was portrayed there. I'm sorry, Minato. I see that the village, they did not fulfill your last request. I don't even know where he is. I wish Hanbus returned with the good news. And so the Hanbus did. As after a few hours later, in the dark middle of the night, the Hanbus did return, but empty-handed. As one of them was Kakashi Hatake, who was covered in mud head to toe. He was searching left and right and was panting frantically. Kakashi-senpai, you need to stop. No! He must be somewhere here. We need to find a clue. Hana, you have to ask your Ninken to search even harder. As that is when his own summon arrived, a Ninken pup. Bakun, any news? I'm sorry, Kakashi. Nothing. Due to the rain, it is already difficult to trace his scent, but I doubt that we will be able to find him since he's thrown in the river. His scent is completely erased. No, we have to find him. As now we see, back in the civilian's home, a celebration was going on in Konoha, and in the shinobi bars, the atmosphere was solemn, as some of the people who have fought all those years ago knew whose child he was. I can't believe these people did this to the child. Damn it, we should have done something. What could have we done? We were away on a mission. If it was in our way, we would have apprehended them as well as gotten the child free. I can't believe this. Not one bit. As now we see, deep in the middle of the ocean, a body was drowning, and fast. This body belonged to Naruto Uzumaki. He was captured, beaten for a whole month, tortured as well, until he was finally thrown into the river after his most bones were broken, to finally get rid of him. Even his slowing and dying breaths were torturous. But unknown to the civilians, thanks to him being the Jinchuriki of the strongest Biju, who was right now trying his best to revive the kid, and, well, somewhat successful and somewhat failing, was keeping Naruto alive, but barely, as he continued to drown. As suddenly we see Naruto hit the ground. As soon as he did, the ground cracked, and a deeper hole appeared in itself as Naruto continued to drown deeper and deeper and deeper, until he appeared to hit the ground again. as suddenly Kurama realized where this was, as there was an ominous power here, something sinister lurking here. As suddenly huge crystals began to glow, illuminating the light to show the huge statues of monsters of the past, those who have destroyed the world and resetted it, the wrath of natures in themselves, the agony of nature as well. All of them resting here, all together in the deepest heart of the ocean, it seemed. The kaijus. It cannot be, said the Biju. All this time, they were here. And my father, he thought they were forever hidden from this world. Just this kid's luck. He has ventured into their resting grounds, their place, as that is when Kurama noticed something else happening. Just as Naruto luck, he was resting in the center heart of all of them, on some sort of table or shrine-like thing, as one by one their eyes glowed, alongside their scales that were on their back, and that energy began to flow all the way to the table, one by one. There was a three-headed dragon, a moth, as well as two of the monsters, most terrifying ones at that. One was called the Shin Gojira, the other one called the Gojira himself, and finally the might of the one and only King Kong. All of them were resting here, as now we see Naruto's eyes shot open, as his eyes began to glow electric blue, as he was absorbing all of their energy. What is happening? As that is when Kurama realized Naruto was evolving and into something terrifying. As this was happening, we see that in the Toad Mountain, Kamamaru the Elder shook awake. No, it cannot be. As the elders rushed inside after hearing the scream from the elder, and was shocked to find him on the ground on all fours and panting heavily. Kamamaru-sama, what is going on? Are you okay? It is not okay. The world's end is near. Mother Nature has chosen to awaken its warriors once more. It seems that she is still not satisfied with what we have done. What do you mean by that? You can't be seriously meaning that. Yes, the kaijus are awoken. As everyone was shocked, as that is when Kamabunta then said, I will go and call Jiraiya. As that is when he disappeared in a puff of smoke, and sometimes later Jiraiya was brought there. As Kamamaru was able to calm himself down, as Jiraiya was brought there with the grave news. What is going on, Pa? Elder-sama, I heard from Gamabunta that some kaijus are awoken, but aren't they just myths who are said to be the warriors of nature existing here, as this is their domain and they are its protectors? Yes, they were supposed to be taught as myths of the old story, but they are real. They were hidden in between the heart of the earth itself, but it seems something has awoken them. As that is when Kamamaru head fell back, as if he was having a prophecy again, and suddenly his eyes glowed, and then returned back to normal. It is much more grave than we thought. As he looked towards Jiraiya with rage. Jiraiya, your village is the cause of this. What? What do you mean by that? Konoha, they for the last time have enraged Mother Nature. I cannot believe this. Once favored by her, have now enraged her to no end. What have you done to the child of prophecy? What do you mean? I have seen visions. The child of prophecy is brought to the temple where they all rest, and is gaining the power one by one of all of the kaijus. And once he is done, he, in a manner, will receive the blessing of the earth, and he will once more destroy everything in its path. What? What do you mean by that? You're talking about... Yes, the child of Red Death and Yellow Flash. He has been chosen for this job. But what about the prophecy of... That prophecy has been voided, and this new prophecy has overridden it. There's nothing we can do but to sit back and let this happen. I have to do something. We have to try. Where is this temple? No one knows, Jiraiya, not even us. And I exist from the time of Sage. Not even he did. All he knew was that they existed. He had seen visions, their power in action, and thanks to his abilities granted to me, I was also able to see a glimpse of it. And you know what I saw? I saw destruction. Not even the 9 Bijus compare to their might. They are the most terrifying beings to exist. Most dangerous beings to exist. As now we see, deep into the temple of the kaijus, their resting place, Naruto was slowly evolving. As gills also appeared on his neck, his spine was turning into same plates as Godzilla. And he also grew a tail like him too. But at the end of the tail, he also had a head of its own. And that head indicated that this was the powers and abilities of Shin Godzilla given to him. The ability to evolve, mutate, as well as to grow. And the wings were sprouting on his back as well. The wings with golden hue, indicating that they were of King Ghidorah and abilities of Mothra. And last but not least, the might and strength of Kong, alongside with his axe that was resting with him on his statue, was now given to Naruto. As Naruto's eyes opened, showing slits in them that had blue hue surrounding them. His teeth were now much more sharper and canine-ish, as Naruto witnessed his evolved body. And that is when he could hear all of the Bijus. One was in agony, continuous one, the Shin Godzilla, as Naruto could hear its pain. The others, they wanted freedom, but only three, they wanted what was best for the world. Some of the humans, they were nice, but the rest, they needed to go. They for the last time have enraged Mother Nature. As that is when, in a shock of turns of events, a green hue appeared as a deity appeared in front of Naruto, hovering in deep ocean. As surrounding her was a green dress and a lot of veins, as her green eyes fell upon Naruto with a frown on her face. My champion, I have combined you with the strength of all of my titans known as kaijus. They have once before resetted the world. An organization helped him do so. A civilization much more advanced than yours was destroyed by them. Now it is up to you to reset the world once more. They for the last time have done me wrong. As Naruto then asked, what do you mean by that? Who even are you? I am the one you call Mother Nature. This is my manifestation, child. And you, my dear boy, are my chosen warrior to carry on the powers and abilities of the kaijus as one. You are the chosen one, and it is your will to destroy and to save. As Naruto then narrowed his eyes, witnessing that he has too gone through a lot of pain, he agreed, I will do as you wish. You do not need to worry any longer, Mother Nature. Your wish is my command. As this was going on, Naruto left as he began to surface, while on the other side, in the council meeting, we see that Jiraiya rushed in. Jiraiya, what the hell are you doing here? Sensei, where is Naruto? What do you mean by that demon? The demon is finally dead. Gone. Said one of the civilians with pride. You idiot. You know what you have done? What have we done is gotten rid of the demon, Jiraiya, said Danzo. No. You have ruined us all. Mother Nature is enraged at us. And you know what happened the last time she got enraged? The world resetted itself and we all were created. What do you mean by that, Jiraiya? It is nothing more than a myth. You all no need to worry about anything, said Danzo. As Hiruzen said, what do you mean by that, Jiraiya? The Kaiju's temple has been found by Naruto, and Mother Nature has chosen him to carry on all their powers. As instantly all the elders and Hiruzen stood up, slamming their hands on the table. Impossible! They all said in unison. They were nothing more than myths, as that is when they all felt a rumbling, as a huge beam was fired with a roar that shook their earth, as immediately all of the civilians were quite scared. What was that? As Hiruzen and the elders were shocked. It cannot be the Gojira. He's back? That is Naruto. He is evolved. As now we see Naruto coming out of water. He was of the same height as in his humanoid form, but he had the abilities of all of them, as the wings proudly of King Ghidorah. As using them, he took flight and headed straight towards Konoha. As now we see Naruto immediately arrived there and was now hovering above Konoha, as immediately the civilians evacuated seeing him. And all of the shinobis and Anbus arrived, as well as Hiruzen, as Naruto landed in front of him. Naruto, my boy. Stand right there, Hiruzen Sarutobi. I am no longer the Naruto you knew. I am the champion of the nature. And you all people for the last time have enraged her. As Danzo and his Anbu, the root one, were moving in the shadows, trying to capture him, and so they attacked. But Naruto, using the back scales, shot beams, plasma beams of his own, of atomic breaths, killing them instantly and melting them to the ground. As Naruto then said, as I was mentioning, before being interrupted, you all will suffer and pay. It is up to me, as the champion, to reset this world, and once more it is needed, and so shall it will be done. As Naruto then began to charge his attack, as his crystal on his back as well as on his tail began to glow, and so does his eyes, as huge aura surrounded him, as his mouth opened, and then the lower jaw split, as a huge fire leaked out until Naruto was able to concentrate it as a plasma beam occurred. As the shinobis dashed away from there, those who could, as once the plasma beam died down, nothing in front of it remained, nothing but a huge crater. Everything was wiped out clean. As Naruto then charged up his another attack, as his eyes glowed golden, as huge amount of weather began to change, as clouds began to gather, as golden lightning struck down on Naruto, and using that, Naruto stretched out his hands as lightning began to crack and cackle as well as fall everywhere. As wherever the lightning fell, destruction ensued, as everything was being destroyed one after the other. As that is when we see Hiruzen then jumped in. Naruto, stop this, please. I will not stop. The whole world shall pay for what it has done. Naruto, please, you need to listen to me. You're making things worse. I am making things worse. Huh. I am not doing anything worse than the people here has done to me. I am only paying back what they have done to me, with 100 times more the force. As after that, one of the shinobis dashed in, the strongest one, and punched Naruto. As Naruto did nothing but smirk, and then cracked his own knuckles and turned it into a fist, punching at him so hard that his head and back spine bone literally ripped out from his body and threw all its way back, killing him instantly. As Naruto then said, is that all the strongest of the nations can do? As after that, Naruto then once more took flight, as that is when he began to do something. As his crystal began to glow, multiple shades, blue, pink, red, and burning yellow. All of them, as well as his wings begin to gather a huge amount of lightning from the sky. As Naruto, after doing that, literally did the same. His mouth opened, ripping his lower jaw in half, as the whole mouth spread huge amount of plasma beam alongside with lightning began to throw itself. As what followed suit was destruction of no ending capacity. The whole village, in an instant, was wiped out. Jiraiya, thanks to the help of Toad, was able to reverse summon himself. As now we see back in the Toad Mountain, Jiraiya was panting heavily. What the hell was that? You have met with the champion of Mother Nature in itself, face to face, Jiraiya. That thing is no longer Naruto. Naruto is just a vessel. The Bijus combining their mind with Naruto as one are the ones in action. And they are doing just their job. All of them are. And the terrifying thing is, for the first time even enemies are working together. They want to take out their rage. Even the most kindest of the kind, like Mothra and Kong, are also working together with him and Mother Nature to make sure that we all suffer the wrath of her. As now we see, in an instant the other villages were aware of what has transpired in Konoha, as Konoha was no longer there and present. As whoever went near there went so ill that his bones began to melt inside his body, indicating that there was huge amount of radiation there. so huge and extreme that it even going near 50 miles around the whole sphere was dangerous. Whoever went inside was immediately infected with radioactivity. As now we see, the other Kages were in a Kage summit and meeting. What do you think would have transpired? Konoha is stronger than us. What, it to be wiped out to such an extreme extent in a single night? Something must have happened. From what I have heard and have seen, I think I know, said Oniki as he stood up, and I don't like it one bit. What do you mean by that, Oniki? Said Maid Tsurumi, as Rasa as well as A were seated there. Well, let it out, old man. It's not so simple. Have you heard about the kaijus? Kaijus that are said to be myths, champions of nature, the ones that existed and resetted the world so that we could exist? Yes. These power, it matches their description. From what I have read, the atomic breath, the lightning, everything makes sense here. What do you mean by that? Everything makes sense. What could have made the Beaches to finally arrive once more? Mother Nature. It seems we have enraged her for the second time, and she's not pleased one bit. As immediately Rasa began to laugh alongside with A, as Maiden said, it is not nice to laugh. But honestly, it is the most funniest of depictions. I mean, the kaijus, the ones that were nothing more than a myth and stories of the past. Have you finally gone snarled, old man? It is not that I have gone snarled. It is you who are too foolish to understand what I'm trying to say. I have read about them. I might have even encountered one of them. They exist, and they exist amongst us. They just don't show themselves. As that is when all of them grow silent. And they are back. And this sign indicates that it might be the end of the world. And that might be correct. Said a tired voice, as it was Jiraiya, as he was looking extremely tired. Jiraiya, how did you get in? How are you even alive? Said one of them. I was able to escape. As after that only then said, talk. All of them have chosen a vessel. Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Namikaze? Yes. And he has become the champion of Mother Nature. Their goal is simple. Destroy everything in its path. Konoha is the first. You all will be second. We will take care of this. We have Bijus. The strength of the Bijus doesn't matter. None of them does. Even the weakest of the kaijus is more stronger than the 9 Bijus combined. As all of them instantly were taken aback by that claim. I have seen firsthand just what kind of destruction he can ensue. If we have any chance in stopping him, you all have to work together. What do you mean, you all? I have lost everything. I will help you as much as I can. But that's that. Fine. As now we see, Anbu rushed in from Kumo's side. What is it? Bad news. Kumo has been attacked. Some sort of a monster appeared. As A looked at everyone with wide eyes. As immediately they all went back to Kumogakure, rushing as fast as they could. But by the time they got there, all they saw was a being walking out. As behind him was huge amount of destruction everywhere. As B, as well as Yujito, transforming into their Biju charged towards that being. As suddenly, 2 golden hues were seen until they were shot at full blast, burning the Biju alongside the Jinchurikis, melting them down instantly. As that is when they all witnessed Naruto appearing as his inner jaw was reconnecting back as one, as he closed his mouth. Ah, so the Kages have appeared itself, it seems. What have you done? I am carrying out the revenge of Mother Nature, but we were the most peaceful ones. Peaceful, my ass. Nothing could be hidden from nature itself. We know just how many souls you have tortured, and for that, you all need to pay. Especially you, A. As Naruto disappeared, appearing in front of A, and brought him into the sky, as huge amount of clouds gathered once more. Lightning gathered around Naruto's body, coursing through his body, entered his veins, through his hand, into the body of A, until A exploded, as his charcoal face was then thrown next to the Kages as Naruto landed in front of them. Maid Terumi, Your people have suffered, and you alongside them. But you have overthrown Yagura and are working for peace. And for that, Mother Nature allows you and your village to exist. Oniki, you have caused more grief to your own people than any other village. Mother Nature is especially enraged with you and your family, and they all will pay. And it seems that I have left one of the Konohas alive. As Rasa then attacked and grabbed Naruto into the sand coffin, trying to drown him there. But it all failed when huge plasma beam was fired from his mouth as Naruto flew up. And then, using Mothra's energy, Golden Yu appeared, levitating Rasa into the air as huge amount of spider web was thrown towards him, tying him up. This is how you drown. As immediately Naruto grabbed him by the head and slammed him onto the ground. As charging up his atomic breath, Naruto unleashed it at full strength, as Rasa could only scream no before being engulfed by it. And what was left after was nothing. Nothing left there except for a huge crater. Suna will soon suffer as well, and only 3 souls will be spared. Like a few souls that have been spared in Konoha. What do you mean by that? I had sent out my clones. Some of the clans, such as the Inuzuka, Yamanakas, and Yugas, they were spared. Because they, while trying to do the best as the village demand from them, also tried their best to appease Mother Nature. They remained connected to her, and for that they have been spared and moved to a safer location. As at that moment, Jiraiya was peaceful. And you, Jiraiya, you're the most connected person to the nature, and yet all you do is waste your time. Mother Nature is disappointed in you. Do not disappoint her any longer. Why do you think I have left you alive until now, then? As Jiraiya's eyes widened, you let me escape? Of course, Jiraiya. I let you escape. As after that, Naruto then turned towards Oniki and said, Now, Oniki, what will you do? I apologize. I will change my ways. If you want anything to appease Mother Nature, then take me. Just do it so. But please, don't harm my family. As saying this, Naruto closed his eyes as his eyes glowed green. As after that, Naruto's eyes returned back to normal. It is as you say, my liege. Mother Nature has chosen to spare you because she can feel your serenity. Do not disappoint this time. You are all free to leave. As Naruto began to walk towards a cave to rest, we see that immediately he was ambushed and surrounded by Amegakure and the forces of Akatsuki. You have caused enough grief for the whole elemental nation, monster. Before he could even finish, a huge beam charged up, but instead of firing from his mouth or from his tail mouth, something interesting happened. Naruto hunched back as his crystals in the bag began to glow as multiple beams shot out, killing almost all of the Akatsuki instantly. As Naruto from his tail mouth bite into Zetsu and brought him near, you, will of Kaguya, warn them and the clan of Otsutsuki, and warn her that if her and her people ever come near Mother Nature, they will face me, the king of the monsters. As with that, Zetsu was ripped apart as the black Zetsu escaped as fast as he could, while the white was destroyed. As now we see, Orochimaru was witnessing all of this, and he then froze. Like all of his body's blood ran cold as he witnessed Naruto glare at him. Your time has come as well, Orochimaru. I was going to visit your plane next, but it seems you have arrived here. Orochimaru escaped hearing that, but after that, he arrived into his base. Gather everything we need. We're escaping from here. But Orochimaru, now, Kabuto, we are leaving. You know you saved me the time to find your place. Now all I have to do is just to destroy it. And so Naruto went into action. Using spiderweb from Mothra, he began to strap each and every one of them. And that is when he brought out the axe of Kong and began to rip apart anyone standing in his own way. And using and charging it up with his atomic breath occasionally, as well as with the none other than lightning from Ghidorah, Naruto took out most of them all. Using the bare strength of Kong, Naruto was able to drop them all to knees. As now we see Orochimaru under the rubble of the rocks, was now trapped and was begging for mercy, as Naruto, with the axe of Kong now changed to fit in his hand and to his body size, was moving towards him. Everyone must pay for their crimes against Mother Nature. Everyone has, and so shall you. With that, the axe charged up with atomic breath was brought down, killing Orochimaru once and for all. And with that, the new scale of civilization began, as the world was once more reset by Mother Nature and her champion. As now we see Naruto inside a cave, hiding himself, as he was now in deep pain because of the continuous mutation of the Shin Gojira, or Shin Godzilla. As Naruto was in pain, we see that a voice from within was heard. Kid, are you okay? Yeah, just the pain of Shin, I believe. I know. I can sense it too. Your cells, your body, it's destroying itself and then rebuilding it and destroying it again. But it's also strengthening you. But I am in agony. Again and again. As now we see, Naruto then said, looking towards Kurama. Kurama, can you do a thing for me? What is it, kid? Just ease my pain. Kill me. As Kurama's eyes widen. What? What do you mean by that? The pain of Shin Godzilla, I cannot endure it anymore. It hurts so bad. It hurts. As Madara and the others within Naruto now combined as one were trying their best to heal Naruto, but the pain of Shin, because of the radioactivity that it absorbed, was way too much. It was being even painful for him, as Naruto let out a roar of agony, as Mother Nature itself manifested once more. My champion, you have done a great job for me. And as a reward, I will allow you to rest. Please, I cannot endure any longer. As immediately a new form was created, but a singular one, as Naruto witnessed that he was turning into a stone. What is happening? Said Kurama. I apologize, but this is the best I can do. Thank you. Thank you. I was already dead when you saved me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have gotten my revenge, or done something good for this world. As Naruto was turning stone, Jiraiya arrived there. Naruto, I finally found... Naruto? What is going on? What is happening? It's alright. Jiraiya, alright? I know what I did. I wasn't in full control. I apologize for what I did to Gigi and everyone. But they needed to go. You know that, right? That doesn't matter anymore, Naruto. What is happening to you? What else do you think? The power of all beaches combined is way too much for my body. And the pain is too much to endure. As Jiraiya then realized that Naruto was in continuous agony as well while going through this. Naruto, is there a way I can help you? Take the Biju out of me. What? He wouldn't do anything. Let him and the other Bijus be free now, please. I am going to turn into stone. I was dead anyways before. I was on a life given on a lease. Now that I've fulfilled my job, it is time for me to go. As now we see, Naruto was in deep agony as Jiraiya, seeing no other way, fulfilled his wish. Using the key, he unlocked the seal that was placed on his abdomen, freeing Kurama, as Naruto immediately began to turn much more paler and paler, indicating that the one that was keeping him alive and the Bijus were slowly leaving his body and returning to the nature. You too will become a kaiju in your own right, Naruto. You have a soul of one, and have gained the respect of everyone, even of Shin, whose pain and suffering you have endured for so long. And now you will rest amongst your new siblings. As Naruto then looked towards Jiraiya and said, just make sure they don't find me, Jiraiya. I don't want anyone to come after me in my death for revenge. Nobody will. I promise you that much. Thank you. Can you answer my question? What? Did my parents love me? More than you think, Naruto. More than you think. They loved you more than anything. You were the whole world to them. It's good to know. It's good to know at least. As Naruto's eyes closed shut, as he completely turned into a stone. As immediately Naruto was then began to absorb by the rocks that were placed there. As Jiraiya then made a gravesite for him with 3 kunais marked there. As after paying his respects, he began to leave. As now, ahead of him and the civilization that survived, a new task arose, and that was to make sure to keep the warnings of the Gojiras, as well as kaijus and Mother Nature alive, and the memory of Naruto alive, as well as to start anew, because the whole civilization was just resetted, and they were the lone survivors of it. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel. If you like the content of this channel, I mean, yeah, it's kind of a different story. I know some might not even like it since Naruto ended up dying and had no ship, but I have a good reason for that. I mean, Naruto was basically pretty much dead when he was thrown into the water and somehow ended up into the temple where all of the kaijus were resting. And they only gave Naruto the power. And the power of Shin Godzilla, well, the poor soul is continuously in agony. And yeah, if you have watched the Shin Godzilla movie, it will basically show you that he's in continuous agony as he's evolving because of his cells are continuously destroying and rebuilding themselves. And that is something that Naruto had to endure throughout all of this. And in the end, he couldn't after all his job was done. And so to appease his pain, since he no longer belonged to the land of living, Mother Nature transformed into a kaiju of his own and turned him into a stone so that he could rest alongside the other kaijus. That is my reasoning for this ending, so I hope you guys don't mind it that much and enjoy it. And if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And this is it for the day. I'll see you in the next bit. Peace.